cost of tariffs can be deferred and put on the companies that are trying to export.
If you want to be entertained by watching someone speak very confidently about something they have no knowledge, you should definitely follow the older millennial. Foley Viewpoints shows 5 tariff deferral methods. Let's take a look. There is one called a duty drawback. Remember, duty is just another word for tax. That is a government refund of a customs duty, fee, or some kind of tax for that exported good. But that exported good has to come from the United States, so it is still the United States government that is providing that refund. There's bonded warehousing, where the importing country pays the tariff and then holds a good deal of these goods under bond, but once those goods are removed from the bonded warehouse, they have to pay the tariffs. Temporary importation under bond, when an importer has to post a bond for twice the amount of the taxes, and then they have to export or destroy those imported goods within the specified period of time. And that can range from a few days, a few weeks, up to 6 months. But they still have to eventually pay the tariff. Then there's the deferral of goods returned, which is just if you export a product and then it has to be returned for servicing or some other kind of maintenance, then the tariff is minimized. But again, that doesn't help American importers. If China initially exported a product to the United States and then it had to be returned for China under the goods return clause, well, they still paid the tariff the first time. It just is costing them less to re-import their own goods. So that doesn't help us. But the most viable option for a tariff deferral would be setting up more foreign trade zones in the United States. That's a spot in our country where a good can be manufactured or processed and then sold to American consumers, and they don't have to pay any of these tariffs. That's what Japan did when we started heavily tariffing their automobiles, and it worked, but it took several years. And for those several years in the 1980s and the early 1990s, the American manufacturing industry was struggling. And it will take several years again for us to reshore a lot of manufacturing and services that we relied on foreign goods for. Now, our economy would be able to take this in stride if we were in a bit more of a stable position, but we are not. One instance which American tariffs worked heavily in our favor was when we started tariffing Japanese motorcycles.